German pronunciation can be quite hard for learners. We have unfamiliar sounds, crazy sound combinations, vowels that don't even exist in English, or sometimes very long words, which are hard to pronounce. In this video I will share 6 important tips how to master the German pronunciation. It's not that hard, so join me. These 2 letters cause a lot of trouble for learners. There are 2 totally different ways to pronounce them. Let's look at some examples first. Die Sache, die Woche, suchen, machen. So it's a very hard sound produced in the back of your mouth. And there is ich, mich, freundlich. So a rather soft sound. If you look closely at the letter category, you see there is always an I in front of this combination. So that can help you to separate the 2 groups. The worst error for this category is to simply pronounce it as K. Suchen, machen. That's not possible. If you're serious about learning German, please take a look at my books. You can perfectly work with the videos and the books in combination. These are 3 additional vowels you don't have in English. Especially Ö and Ü cause problems. It's a mouth position you simply don't need in English. And a lot of students simply pronounce the Ö, O and the Ü, U. But these are the vowels without the dots. We have 2 different pronunciations. So let's look at some examples. Hören, mögen, die Tür, ich würde gerne, die Väter, später. The third category is a combination that is often mixed up. We oftentimes have this I, deine, die Beine, die Eier. But sometimes we have the opposite, I-E. And if you don't pay attention and read very carefully, you may end up saying spielen for spielen, because you're not used to this order. By the way, if you see this combination, it means it's a long vowel. Not spielen, it's spielen, it's long. So I think it's rather a question of focus and of awareness that both combinations exist. Consonant clusters are another challenge. In German, a lot of consonants can be stacked. Die Straße, der Schmerz, jetzt, verletzt, der Arzt. So these combinations are simply difficult and you're not used to pronouncing them. So for this category you simply need a lot of practice, listen a lot to the language and speak a lot. Then you will get used to these patterns. The fourth category is once again a combination that can be pronounced in 2 different ways. Der Sport, das Spiel, der Stuhl, die Stadt. But die Angst, der Frust, der Durst. So 2 completely different ways to pronounce this combination, but you see there is a pattern. The beginning of the word, we have to pronounce it st or sp. And in the end, it's simply st or sp. You need to pay attention to composed nouns though. Der Ballsport. So technically it seems like the sp is no longer in the beginning of the word, but it's still the beginning of this segment. So pay attention if you see a longer noun, whether it's a composed noun, composed of two nouns, or if it's only one noun. It can be in the middle of the word, die Weltmeisterschaft, but never in the beginning of the words. There are maybe some exceptions if it's a foreign word we use in German, but generally never in the beginning. So, and the last category are very long nouns. Most of the times these are composed nouns. They consist of 2 or 3 nouns or verb and a noun combined to one long noun. I've dedicated a video to this topic because you need to understand in German we form a completely new word which is very long. So it's not 2 separate words, it's one long word. And this can be difficult to pronounce. Because you're reading it, you're simply overwhelmed by the amount of letters. So my tip would be to identify the original nouns and do a little break after each to be able to pronounce it. Das Abendessen. So there's a little break after Abend. Der Englischlehrer. Or even longer, das Krankenhauspersonal. So we're now practice together. I'll show you some more words. Try to identify the category and think to yourself how you would pronounce it, and later I'll give you the solution.
Die Sprache. Brauchen. Das Schulgebäude. Der Wintersport.
So I hope this video has helped you. Thank you so much for watching and see you in the next one.